Hey guys, Thrasher here. Today I want to look at sparking metals. They're really important, especially for free-to-play players, and I feel like some people haven't been using them as efficiently as they could, so let's talk about it right now. Okay, so first up we're going to talk about what sparking metals can get you, how you should actually be using them, and how you get them. How you get them is pretty simple. There are certain events that will give you sparking metals, and then your daily login bonuses, you get one pretty much every day. So you can expect that every single day you're going to get one. Now, there's something in here. So as you can see, there's lots of Z power you can get for different characters, right? There's guaranteed sparking tickets for Masters Pack 2 and 3. But really, the big thing, if you look through here, there's a lot of really old characters. The big thing is this right here, 1 multi-Z power. In most cases, that is going to be your best choice. Now, the exception to that is when you see older units that are about to get Zenkai'd or just got a Zenkai upgrade of some form, and they actually have an option in here somewhere. You're going to want to buy those Z powers if they're cheaper, but so for example, the Goku and the Broly up top here are actually not cheaper. You would not want to buy 50 Z power for 7 medals. Instead, you would want to buy 100 Z power for 10 medals. I don't know why anyone would ever do this. This is not even close to as good of a value as the multi-Z power there. Obviously, that can be used on anything. Plus, if you buy 100 Z power with one of these top two, it's going to cost you 14 sparking metals, where this one multi-Z power only costs you 10 sparking metals for the same amount of Z power. It's insane. There's no reason to ever buy those top two. Now, if we scroll down here, we'll see that there's other characters you can get which currently don't have Zenkai boost, but they probably will in the future, where you can get them for 7 sparking metals and it'll get you 100 Z power. If you want to do that, it's probably okay, but make sure that it's a character there's a good chance that you're not going to get to 7 stars just by doing random summons. So if you need to get one of these characters up to 7 stars, you can do that. Do not go past 7 stars, because the only real value here is being able to Zenkai them whenever that does happen. But now let's talk about the important stuff. So let's go back up here and talk about the fact that you can only hold one of these multi-Z powers, the 100 multi-Z power that you can use for pretty much every character in the game. So you can only have one, but in reality, you can have 7. And why is that? So you've got one right here. You can hold up to 30 sparking metals. That's the most that you can actually have in your, I don't know what you want to call it, in your inventory, right? In your bag. So that's 4 right there, because you can use this one that you've already got. You use it on whatever character you're going to use it on, and then you grab another one, and you do that 3 more times, so that's 4 altogether. But there's an area where you can hold 30 more. So if we back out of here and you go all the way back to the home screen, you'll see that I have a million gifts in the top right corner, right? So we're not going to go through all my gifts here and why I have so many, but if we go down a little bit, we'll see that just to test this, I wanted to make sure I hit the auto accept all, and it accepted some of my sparking metals at the top. But here's the thing, you get sparking metals every single day if you do the daily login bonus. So that means over the course of 30 days, you're going to get 30 sparking metals that you can hold in here. After 30 days, any present that you have not accepted will go away. So 30 is the max you can hold. One of the other key things, though, in the present area is when you go hit accept all, it does not grab the oldest thing first. In fact, if you have more than 30, so if you're someone who does loot boxing for your guild, and I'll do a completely different video on loot boxing, don't worry about what that is, but if you're someone who has a bunch of stuff in their present area at all times, make sure that you're scrolling all the way down, and you keep hitting this display the next 30 cases, and you scroll all the way down, and by the time you get to the very bottom, you want to manually grab your oldest sparking metals first, because it will not grab your oldest sparking metals if you just hit accept all. I'm not exactly sure how it grabs them. I think it just grabs them from top to bottom, but that doesn't seem 100% accurate either, because sometimes it'll grab ones that are not at the very top. I don't really know exactly how it works, but make sure that you're just doing it manually, so that way you're not losing any sparking metals. You always want to grab your oldest ones first. So, as I said, you can pretty much have 700 multi-Z power that you can use on any character you want to use at any time, with the exception of the fact that you're probably going to be more like 600, you're going to have more like 65, because at the moment that you have 70, the very next day you're going to lose out on a sparking metal, because it's just going to disappear from your gift box. So every 9 days, every 10 days, you're going to have to use one of those 100 Z powers, so that way you can collect the 10 from the bottom there and they don't go away. So in reality, more like 600, but you can have up to 700. Now let's talk about how you should actually be using the 100 Z power. So We're gonna go back to this area over here. I guess I probably could have hit menu, it doesn't really matter. Let's go to exchange shop, back into the sparking metal area. So this multi-Z power right here can be used on pretty much any character in the game. There's two different cases where you wanna use this multi-Z power. If you happen to do a double pull on a brand new unit that's super powerful. So say back in the day we had this back when Super Vegito came out, right? And you happen to get really lucky and do a double pull on that Super Vegito. And I don't remember exactly how many stars that get you at this point, but it's pretty much the equivalent to a 3-star back in the day, right? 3 stars wasn't amazing for any unit because 3 stars just gets you the new Z ability. Well, if you add, I believe 600 more Z power, maybe 500, something like that, it will get you to the next actual increase in their stat line, which is important for all those characters, where 600 Z power from using 60 of your sparking metals is going to help you. So some new game-breaking unit comes out, that's when you want to use this. The only other time you want to use this is if you have a unit that's really old and you have them close to 7 stars and a Zenkai comes out, you want to be able to immediately use this so that way you can Zenkai the unit, and then obviously you're going to Zenkai boost them because that's a massive increase in the abilities of that unit once you've Zenkai boosted them. So keep that in mind. And then outside of that, the only other time that you want to be using these Z powers is when you're using just 100 at a time to make sure that you're not losing any of your sparking metals to your gift box because you're not using this 100 because there's a drive spell where there's no amazing unit that comes out. In that case, what I would probably do is spend 100 on any unit that's within 100 of actually getting an increase to their stars, or a unit that you think there's an extremely high chance that they're going to Zenkai soon and you don't have them at 7 stars. And what I might do in the near future is start making a list maybe once a month, once every 2 weeks, something like that, where it's like the top 5 units that I think are probably going to get Zenkais in the near future, but I haven't decided on exactly how that's going to work. But those are the major things for sparking metals. I know a lot of people were just using them because they were afraid that they were going to, you know, cap out the amount of sparking metals they can have because they can only have 30 up here. Not true, you can have 70 like I said. The other thing is they were just willy-nilly like grabbing stuff. They were grabbing these guaranteed sparking tickets down here. Not a good idea in my opinion. They're very expensive. It's 20 to get 600 Z power essentially because you're going to be pulling a sparking, when you can pay half that and only get 100, but you can pinpoint what unit you want it on. Whereas down here, maybe you pull one of these sparking units and it's a unit you already have at, you know, 11, 12, 13 stars, and it's a really old unit, doesn't really help you that much. These ones don't really hold value in my opinion. That's pretty much it for this video. If you guys think I missed anything, throw it down below. Let me know what else you want to see in future videos. I have lots of content coming. If you guys like this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.